Hello, beautiful beings. Love and laughter. Tanya Rainbow Horse here. Thank you so much for showing up to receive the message. So, this video is for you beautiful souls on the spiritual awakening path who are building a YouTube channel, who are working on coaching and building their spiritually conscious business. I'm going to talk about how we can navigate new situations that might be overwhelming. I know a lot of us empathic, energy sensitive people have learned to adapt to, we experience overwhelm with all the senses that we take in. And I've worked on learning how to navigate overwhelm in a more graceful way, in a more easeful way, in a way where it doesn't just the shadow of doom, of overwhelm, where just everything feels like it's black, and when there's so much coming at you, you just feel like you can't move. You're like a deer in the headlights. I want to talk about that a little bit because there was a point when I was deep into just sitting there in complete frustration, not taking any action because I was just so overwhelmed I didn't know what to do. It's been a process to whittle it down, like most of these skills that we're working on and healing, that we're removing, the huge energy that has been condensed into it in a spiral pattern. So just a couple years, or maybe even just a year ago, overwhelm was pretty strong in my auric field, and just in the last couple days I've experienced overwhelm in a way, but I was able to handle it a lot more of a productive way for me. I'll just get into it. What I was really able to do was to handle overwhelm without jumping into the core of it and letting it sweep me away in its chaos, basically. So one thing I did different with this experience of overwhelm was I sat with it. I noticed it popping up and I sat with it and I observed it. I was like, oh, okay. And I let it wash over me. And there were ups and downs. There were moments where I was almost felt like I was gonna freak out a little bit, or I was gonna, want to go hide or stop thinking about, all the things that goes with overwhelm. You just have so much going at you. You don't know where to go. You feel like it's not going to end. You don't want to do the thing. You don't want to do anything. Everything just seems like a lot. But really, one of the points of power with overwhelm is to let it exist without jumping into it. I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but this time I actually did just observe it. I was like, oh, well, hello, overwhelm. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna check you out, girl. Yeah, I'm gonna witness what you doing here. I'm gonna observe how you showing up. I'm gonna witness your cute little quirks and twerks. So that's what I was doing. And I found that overwhelm often comes when something new is thrown at us. Something new with all the unknowns of the feelings of it, the experiences of it, just something that's so unknown and all it encompasses you. It's oh, here's this beautiful opportunity. It's an opportunity usually. When we're building our conscious business and we're going to the coaching and we're doing our creating courses and doing videos, we're gonna just consistently run into the unknown. So adapting to overwhelm and navigating it to where it doesn't just take you offline is optimal. And so I got an opportunity come my way, and I let it sit there, and then I dove into it a little bit, and then I let the overwhelm of that sit there, and I observed it, And then this is where we start moving. Once we've allowed ourselves to sit with the idea and let it wash over us a little, sometimes to accept and acknowledge and to allow, we need to just sit in it. Be like, this is an opportunity that I chose to take on. This opportunity has a lot of beautiful experiences that it's going to have. Yes, I don't completely know how it's going to unfold, but I have an idea of some of the beautiful things that can happen. I know there's magic behind it because synchronicities are going to be flowing through. You get what I'm saying? We connect ourselves with the positive ideas of it. We connect ourselves with the positive side of it. We bring our energy towards the good side of it versus, oh my God, this is new. What am I going to do? What if I fail? What if this? What if that? You know, the inner critic. We give the inner critic a moment to take in what we're about to do. We let it have space. We let it feel into it for a moment. I think that's really important for us energy sensitives and empaths, is that we allow things to settle into us for a moment. I've noticed that when I quickly make decisions, yes, some of them feel good, do it now. But oftentimes our gift requires us to feel into it for a moment. And then you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's a good one. Let's do it. You know, sometimes you just gotta feel it in your gut, your intuition. You gotta let it wash all over you, feel it into your third eye. And then when everything's like lights up and it's like bing, 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 yep, feels good, let's do it. Then you move forward with it. So I sat in that, I let it wash over me, and I talked to myself about the good opportunities that were coming from this. And I was like, I can let the doubts win, or I can let the beautiful side of the opportunity win. And since this is an opportunity that I want, I've asked for, Great Spirit has provided, I'm gonna focus on the positive side. So then, once I was at that place where I accepted it, I was ready to move forward. I asked myself, what do I need to do to feel confident about this situation? What do I need to do to feel good about this and to stay in that place? Now that I've decided this is where I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna be in. So then I just sat down and I did some writing. I made a list and I started letting just those little bits of list making for the experience and getting to know the information in a way that I can take in be my grounding experience. And so through me writing the dates for this experience, the dates that I'm going to be doing this experience, and then writing out the hours and taking a look at my schedule and seeing how I can fit the experience into my schedule and how I can navigate it with the things that I already have on my schedule, it started feeling less like a burden, more like the opportunity that I was hoping for. That's just, you know, another facet of the overwhelm. We get overwhelmed because we don't know. But since our beautiful body is a feeling being, feeling entity, feeling living, breathing, you know, like sponge, it's like, oh, well, let me take a look at this and that, and let me feel into that, and oh, that looks good. Oh, I could do this, you know, and how can I make this work for me? What part of this experience, this opportunity, can I bring into my life that feels good to me? Like, how can I own it? You know, when you first get into a new opportunity and you get the details, it's not yours, it's somebody else's, but it's a collaboration. And so once you dive into it a little bit and start seeing where you can funnel into it, that's when, you know, the overwhelm starts dropping away, because you have a path of where you're going to, you know, bring your energy into it, where you're going to be able to navigate through it. And then through that, you know, the fear of the unknown starts dropping away. You know, you're just like, I'm going to take one step at a time. I've done these couple things that feel good to me, where I can bring my energy into this opportunity. And I'm going to let that sit there. I'm going to let that be enough. That's my bite-sized moment here. And now I'm going to go off and do something else and forget about the situation till I need to bring myself back up into it and start the process all over again about getting into the energy of it, letting it wash over me, accept it, feel into the positive aspects of it, and then see where my next step is to integrate into it. I've never experienced having opportunities like this before, like this situation. I think before, even just maybe a year ago, an opportunity that I really wanted came up, I might have just ended up doubting myself right out of it. But now is obviously the synchronized time for me to start taking on opportunities that light me up from Great Spirit and sinking myself into it and finding the positive side makes all the difference. So the doubt isn't the crushing, overwhelming feeling of the unknown just pressing on you. The more we can make it lighthearted and more about the beautiful experience that we want to create, the energy we want to manifest into the opportunity, the energy we want to push forward with, the energy we want to move forward in, it changes the whole experience. And isn't this all that this is about? Energy is about learning how to navigate it to move in a way that works for you. And when you want something, you want to experience something, you have to learn how to move your energy to get yourself to go where you want to go. You know, you got to do the work so that that self-doubt doesn't get to be the ruling factor, especially in overwhelm. Man, when you're stepping into an opportunity, a situation that you don't know, and all that unknown is just, and then you have, what if this, what if that, what if that, everything coming at you. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll let you feel into it, overwhelmed. I'll let you be here. But I can see through the other side. I see the light in the center. Even with all this stuff coming at me, my light is still there. I'm observing you, doubt. I'm observing you, overwhelm. I will let you have some space. I know you're just protecting me, but I'm not gonna let you rule me because I've decided that this opportunity is for me. It feels good. I intuitively know it's for me. I know something magical is gonna happen. So it's my job to let doubt be under the surface, way, way below, just lulling there. But me building up the positive side of it, using my imagination to move my energy forward in a way that work for the opportunity, will uplift the opportunity, will make it a good experience, because that's ultimately what I'm looking for. And when I can get my energy on board with that kind of opportunity, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna allow that positive energy to move me forward in the opportunity versus just letting the doubt run underneath the layer here. So, questions, comments? You got some overwhelm experiences you've gone through? Share your tips and tricks down below. If any of this resonated for you, feel free to comment. Any love down in the comments, I really appreciate it. We can open up a conversation. I know overwhelm is a pretty big one that we talk about for the energy sensitives and empaths. So share your insights. I'd love to hear it. If you like this video, subscribe and like, please. If you like the channel, I offer you an opportunity to subscribe as well. I'd love to have you here if you'd like to be here. I think that's all I got for you, beautiful souls. But I'm Tanya Rainbow Horse, and thank you so much for showing up to receive the message. Love and laughter.